Welcome to Shadows and Whispers, unveiling the mysteries of the Mothman. Welcome, dear viewers, to another spine-tingling episode of Shadows and Whispers, your ultimate destination for all things eerie, unsettling, and downright terrifying. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're about to embark on a chilling journey into one of the most enigmatic and enduring legends in American folklore, the Mothman. Before we dive into the shadowy tales of this winged cryptid, let me set the stage. The Mothman is no ordinary creature. It's a figure that straddles the line between myth and reality, haunting the imaginations of those who dare to explore its legend. Emerging from the mist-shrouded hills of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, in the late 1960s, the Mothman has become a cultural icon, inspiring books, films, and countless urban legends. But what makes this towering, red-eyed entity so compelling, and so terrifying, is not just its appearance but the eerie circumstances surrounding its appearances. Described as a humanoid figure with massive wings, glowing crimson eyes, and an unsettling ability to vanish into thin air, the Mothman is said to herald doom and disaster. Sightings of the creature are often accompanied by strange phenomena, electronic malfunctions, ominous premonitions, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Over the decades, the Mothman has been linked to everything from tragic accidents to apocalyptic warnings, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and lingering fear. In this video, we'll peel back the layers of mystery surrounding the Mothman, exploring its origins, its most famous encounters, and the supernatural theories that attempt to explain its existence. From the chilling events of 1966 to 1967 in Point Pleasant to modern-day sightings and cultural interpretations, we'll uncover the stories that have cemented the Mothman's place in the annals of paranormal lore. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, prepare to feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up as we delve into the shadows where the Mothman dwells. So grab your favorite blanket, dim the lights, and settle in. But before we begin, a word of caution. Some of the stories you're about to hear may leave you questioning what truly lies beyond the veil of our reality. Are you ready to face the shadows? Let's get started. The birth of a legend. The first sightings in Point Pleasant. To understand the enduring allure of the Mothman, we must first travel back to the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, in the autumn of 1966, a time when the quiet rhythms of rural life were shattered by a series of bizarre and inexplicable encounters. It was here, amidst the rolling hills and dense forests, that the legend of the Mothman was born, marking the beginning of a phenomenon that would captivate and terrify generations to come. The first recorded sighting occurred on November 12, 1966, when two young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry, along with Steve and Mary Millette, were driving near an abandoned World War II munitions plant known as the TNT area. This sprawling complex, once used for manufacturing explosives, had long been a local curiosity, its crumbling structures and overgrown grounds providing a perfect backdrop for ghost stories and teenage adventures. However, on this particular night, the group encountered something far more sinister than any urban legend could conjure. As they drove through the desolate area, their headlights illuminated a pair of glowing red eyes perched atop a nearby fence. At first glance, the figure appeared human-like, standing at least 7 feet tall with broad shoulders and an imposing stance. But as the car approached, the creature unfolded immense wings, spanning upwards of 10 feet, and took flight, soaring silently into the darkness. The couples described feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, as though the creature's gaze pierced straight through them. Panicked, they sped away, reporting their encounter to local authorities. This initial sighting sparked a wave of hysteria in Point Pleasant, as residents began sharing their own encounters with the mysterious winged figure. Over the next 13 months, dozens of people reported seeing the Mothman, or something eerily similar, lurking in the shadows of the TNT area and surrounding countryside. Descriptions varied slightly, but common threads emerged. The creature was always described as humanoid, with piercing red eyes, enormous wings, and an uncanny ability to disappear without a trace. Some witnesses claimed it emitted a high-pitched screech, while others reported experiencing sudden electronic malfunctions, car engines stalling, radios cutting out, as if the Mothman's presence disrupted the natural order. Local media quickly picked up on the story, dubbing the entity the Mothman, due to its moth-like appearance and nocturnal habits. The name stuck, capturing the public's imagination and transforming the creature into a symbol of fear and fascination. Yet, despite the growing number of sightings, skepticism abounded. Many dismissed the reports as mass hysteria or misidentifications of owls, bats, or other nocturnal animals. Others speculated that the Mothman might be a government experiment gone awry, given the proximity of the sightings to the abandoned munitions plant. But the Mothman's legend only grew darker and more foreboding with each passing day. In December 1967, tragedy struck Point Pleasant when the Silver Bridge, connecting the town to neighboring Ohio, collapsed during rush hour, killing 46 people. The disaster sent shockwaves through the community, and many locals couldn't help but draw connections between the bridge collapse and the Mothman's sightings. Some believed the creature had served as a harbinger of doom, its appearances warning of impending catastrophe. This theory gained traction in subsequent years, with researchers and enthusiasts suggesting that the Mothman might function as a kind of omen, a messenger of death and destruction sent to warn humanity of future calamities. As word of the Mothman spread beyond Point Pleasant, it captured the attention of journalists, paranormal investigators, and curious onlookers from across the country. Among them was author John Keel, whose groundbreaking book The Mothman Prophecies, 1975, brought national attention to the legend. Drawing on interviews with witnesses and his own investigation into the phenomenon, Keel painted a picture of the Mothman as part of a larger web of unexplained occurrences, including UFO sightings, men in black encounters, and prophetic dreams, that seemed to converge around Point Pleasant during that fateful period. The publication of the Mothman Prophecies cemented the creature's status as a cultural icon, ensuring that its legacy would endure long after the initial wave of sightings subsided. Decades later, the Mothman continues to fascinate, inspiring books, films, and even an annual festival in Point Pleasant that celebrates its mysterious allure. Yet, for all the speculation and theorizing, one question remains unanswered: what, or who, is the Mothman? Is it a supernatural being, a cryptid, a government experiment, or simply a product of collective imagination? As we delve deeper into the legend, we'll explore these possibilities and more, unraveling the tangled threads of one of America's most enduring mysteries. With this foundation laid, let us now turn our attention to the chilling encounters that defined the Mothman's reign of terror in Point Pleasant, and the eerie phenomena that accompanied them. Close Calls with the Mothman. The Mothman's legend is built not just on its mysterious origins, but also on the harrowing personal accounts of those who claim to have crossed paths with the creature. These encounters, spanning decades and involving individuals from all walks of life, paint a vivid picture of a being that defies explanation, a winged specter that leaves behind a trail of fear, confusion, and unanswered questions. From fleeting glimpses in the dead of night to prolonged face-offs that push the limits of human endurance, these stories serve as a testament to the Mothman's enduring power to terrify. One of the most iconic encounters occurred shortly after the initial November 1966 sighting, when Connie Carpenter, a local resident, reported seeing the Mothman while walking home from church. According to her account, she noticed a large, dark figure perched atop a neighbor's barn, its glowing red eyes locking onto hers with an intensity that froze her in place. The creature then spread its massive wings and took flight, disappearing into the night sky within seconds. Connie later described feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, as though the Mothman's gaze had reached deep into her soul. Her testimony added weight to the growing body of evidence suggesting that the creature was not merely a figment of imagination but a tangible, if inexplicable, presence in Point Pleasant. Another chilling incident involved Marcella Bennett, a mother who claimed to have encountered the Mothman outside her home. Late one evening, she stepped outside to investigate a strange noise and found herself face to face with the towering figure. Its wings were folded tightly against its body, and its red eyes glowed with an unnatural light, casting an eerie glow across the yard. Marcella described the moment as paralyzing. She felt rooted to the spot, unable to scream or move as the creature stared at her for what seemed like an eternity before vanishing into thin air. The experience left her shaken, and she reportedly suffered from recurring nightmares for weeks afterward. Perhaps the most unnerving aspect of these encounters is the consistency of the details provided by witnesses. Nearly every account describes the Mothman as having a humanoid form, standing between 6 and 7 feet tall, with leathery wings and piercing red eyes that seem to bore into the observer's very essence. Witnesses frequently report feeling an immediate and overwhelming sense of dread, as though the creature exudes an aura of malevolence. Some describe hearing a high-pitched screech or buzzing sound accompanying its appearance, adding an auditory layer of terror to the visual spectacle. In addition to its physical characteristics, the Mothman is often associated with bizarre and unexplainable phenomena. Many witnesses recount experiencing sudden electronic malfunctions during their encounters, car engines stalling, headlights dimming, or radios cutting out entirely. One particularly striking case involved a group of teenagers whose vehicle broke down in the middle of the road after spotting the Mothman nearby. Despite multiple attempts to restart the engine, the car refused to cooperate until the creature vanished from sight. Such incidents lend credence to the theory that the Mothman's presence disrupts electromagnetic fields, creating conditions ripe for chaos and confusion. Some encounters defy logic altogether, blurring the line between reality and hallucination. Take, for example, the story of Tom Urey, a construction worker who claimed to have seen the Mothman hovering above his job site one morning. Unlike most witnesses, Tom insisted that the creature did not flee upon being spotted. Instead, it remained suspended in midair, its wings flapping slowly as it observed him with an almost predatory curiosity. When Tom attempted to approach, the Mothman ascended higher into the sky, maintaining eye contact until it disappeared from view. His co-workers dismissed his account as a hoax or delusion, yet Tom remained adamant about what he had seen, describing the experience as both terrifying and surreal. Even seasoned professionals have fallen victim to the Mothman's eerie influence. In 1966, Deputy Sheriff Millard Halstead responded to a call regarding suspicious activity near the TNT area. While investigating, he claimed to have spotted the Mothman perched atop a tree, its red eyes glowing like embers in the darkness. Halstead described feeling an inexplicable urge to retreat, as though the creature posed an imminent threat. He radioed for backup but received no response, later discovering that his equipment had inexplicably malfunctioned during the encounter. Though reluctant to share his experience publicly, Halstead eventually confided in fellow officers, adding another layer of credibility to the growing body of eyewitness testimony. These first-hand accounts, coupled with the sheer volume of sightings reported during the height of the Mothman hysteria, suggest that whatever the creature may be, it is far more than a simple myth or misidentification. For those brave enough to step into the shadowy world of the Mothman, the experience is both haunting and humbling, offering a visceral connection to the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of our understanding. With this sobering reminder of the fragility of human perception, let us now turn our attention to the broader implications of the Mothman's legend, examining how it resonates with universal fears and fascinations. These timeless themes, rooted in the human condition, serve as a testament to the enduring power of legend and the resilience of the human spirit, even in the face of the unknown. Theories and speculations, exploring the origins of the Mothman. The Mothman's enduring mystique has inspired a wide array of theories attempting to explain its existence and the phenomena surrounding its appearances. These hypotheses span a spectrum of possibilities, ranging from scientific explanations to supernatural conjectures, each offering a unique lens through which to interpret the creature's enigmatic nature. While none provide definitive answers, they collectively underscore humanity's insatiable desire to make sense of the inexplicable. One of the most grounded theories posits that the Mothman is nothing more than a case of mistaken identity, specifically, a misidentified bird or bat. Proponents of this explanation point to the sandhill crane, a large migratory bird known for its impressive wingspan and reddish eyes, as a potential candidate. During the autumn and winter months, when the majority of Mothman sightings occurred, sandhill cranes often migrate through West Virginia, making them plausible culprits for the sightings. However, critics argue that the Mothman's reported size and behavior, standing upright, hovering silently, and emitting a high-pitched screech, are inconsistent with the natural habits of any known avian species. Furthermore, The eerie red glow of its eyes remains unaccounted for under this theory. Another widely discussed hypothesis suggests that the Mothman might be an undiscovered cryptid, a previously undocumented creature lurking on the fringes of human knowledge. Cryptids, such as Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, occupy a liminal space between fact and fiction, fueling debates among scientists and enthusiasts alike. Advocates of this theory propose that the Mothman could represent a relic population of an ancient species, perhaps a pterosaur-like animal thought to have gone extinct millions of years ago. While intriguing, this idea faces significant challenges, including the lack of physical evidence such as bones, feathers, or droppings. Additionally, the Mothman's alleged ability to vanish instantaneously and disrupt electronic devices stretches the boundaries of biological plausibility. A third school of thought ventures into the realm of extraterrestrial or interdimensional origins. Given the prevalence of UFO sightings and other anomalous phenomena reported in conjunction with the Mothman, most notably during John Keel's investigation detailed in the Mothman Prophecies, some speculate that the creature may be connected to alien lifeforms or entities from alternate dimensions. This theory aligns with the broader context of the Men in Black encounters and synchronistic events described by Keel, suggesting that the Mothman might serve as a harbinger or emissary of advanced intelligence beyond human comprehension. Skeptics dismiss this notion as speculative at best, citing the absence of concrete proof to substantiate such extraordinary claims. Nevertheless, the persistence of similar reports worldwide lends an air of credibility to the possibility of a shared, albeit elusive, truth. On the supernatural side of the spectrum, some believe the Mothman to be a manifestation of folklore or mythology, a harbinger of doom akin to banshees, wendigos, or other creatures associated with omens and disasters. In this interpretation, the Mothman's appearances are symbolic rather than literal, serving as warnings of impending catastrophe. This perspective gains traction when considering the timing of the Silver Bridge collapse in 1967, which many locals viewed as a fulfillment of the Mothman's prophetic role. Advocates of this theory emphasize the cultural significance of omens in storytelling traditions, arguing that the Mothman embodies humanity's collective anxieties about mortality and uncontrollable forces. Psychological explanations also play a crucial role in unraveling the Mothman mystery. Mass hysteria, fueled by media coverage and communal fear, offers a plausible framework for understanding the surge in sightings during the late 1960s. Under this model, the initial reports of the Mothman triggered a chain reaction of heightened awareness and suggestibility, leading individuals to perceive ordinary stimuli, such as shadows or birds, as manifestations of the legendary creature. Similarly, sleep paralysis and hypnagogic hallucinations could account for some of the more surreal aspects of Mothman encounters, such as feelings of paralysis, vivid imagery, and auditory disturbances. While these psychological factors do not negate the possibility of an external source, they highlight the complexities of perception and memory in shaping eyewitness accounts. Finally, conspiracy theorists have proposed that the Mothman might be the result of clandestine government experiments conducted in or near the TNT area. The presence of the abandoned munitions plant provides fertile ground for speculation, particularly given its history as a site for chemical weapons research during World War II. Some suggest that the Mothman could be a genetically engineered hybrid, or a prototype drone designed for reconnaissance purposes. Others take a darker view, alleging that the creature represents a failed experiment that escaped containment, wreaking havoc on unsuspecting civilians. While tantalizing, this theory lacks verifiable evidence and relies heavily on circumstantial connections to the location. Each of these theories contributes to the rich tapestry of the Mothman legend, reflecting humanity's multifaceted relationship with the unknown. Whether viewed through the lens of science, folklore, psychology, or conspiracy, the Mothman remains a captivating enigma, an embodiment of the questions we cannot answer and the fears we cannot ignore. As we continue our exploration of this cryptid's cultural impact, it becomes clear that the Mothman's true power lies not in its physical form but in its ability to inspire wonder, dread, and endless debate. With this understanding of the diverse perspectives surrounding the Mothman's origins, let us now examine how its legend has transcended regional boundaries to become a global phenomenon, influencing art, literature, and popular culture across generations. The Mothman in literature, film, and beyond. The legend of the Mothman has transcended its humble beginnings in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, evolving into a cultural phenomenon that permeates literature, film, and popular culture worldwide. Its blend of mystery, terror, and prophecy resonates deeply with audiences, inspiring creative works that explore themes of the unknown, the supernatural, and humanity's perennial struggle to grapple with forces beyond comprehension. Through books, movies, television shows, and even festivals, the Mothman has secured its place as a timeless icon of horror and intrigue, a figure whose wings cast a long shadow over the collective imagination. One of the most significant milestones in the Mothman's cultural ascent came with the publication of John Keel's The Mothman Prophecies in 1975. This seminal work not only chronicled the events surrounding the original sightings in Point Pleasant but also expanded the narrative to include a broader examination of unexplained phenomena, including UFOs, men in black encounters, and prophetic visions. Keel's meticulous research and compelling storytelling transformed the Mothman from a localized legend into a national, and eventually international, mystery. The book's success paved the way for adaptations, most notably the 2002 film of the same name starring Richard Gere. Directed by Mark Pellington, the movie reimagined Keel's nonfiction account as a fictionalized thriller, blending elements of horror, suspense, and existential dread. While taking creative liberties with the source material, the film captured the eerie essence of the Mothman legend, introducing it to a new generation of viewers and solidifying its status as a staple of modern horror. Beyond cinema, the Mothman has inspired countless literary works, ranging from novels to short stories and graphic novels. Writers have embraced the creature's ambiguous nature, using it as a canvas to explore themes of paranoia, fate, and the fragility of human perception. Titles like Jeff Vandermeer's Annihilation and Chuck Wendig's Wanderers draw inspiration from the Mothman's mythos, crafting narratives that blur the lines between reality and nightmare. Even children's literature hasn't escaped the Mothman's influence. Books like Mary Sangiovanni's Chills reinterpret the legend for younger audiences, proving that the creature's appeal spans age groups and demographics. Television has also played a pivotal role in amplifying the Mothman's reach. Shows like The X-Files, Supernatural, and Stranger Things frequently incorporate cryptids and urban legends into their storylines, with the Mothman serving as a recurring motif. Episodes dedicated to the creature often emphasize its role as a harbinger of doom, reinforcing its association with apocalyptic warnings and catastrophic events. These portrayals tap into universal fears about loss of control and the inevitability of change, resonating with viewers on a visceral level. Social media platforms further amplify this interest, as users share memes, fan art, and personal theories about the Mothman, creating a dynamic community united by shared curiosity and awe. Perhaps the most tangible manifestation of the Mothman's cultural impact is the annual Mothman Festival held in Point Pleasant. What began as a small gathering of enthusiasts in 2002 has grown into a major event attracting thousands of visitors from around the globe. Featuring guest speakers, guided tours, live music, and a 5K race, the festival celebrates the creature's legacy while fostering a sense of camaraderie among attendees. A highlight of the festivities is the unveiling of the Mothman statue, a towering depiction of the creature that stands as a permanent tribute to its enduring allure. Merchandise booths selling t-shirts, mugs, and artwork ensure that the legend lives on, embedding itself in the fabric of everyday life. The Mothman's influence extends even further, seeping into music, fashion, and digital media. Bands like Volbeat and Clutch have referenced the creature in their lyrics, channeling its eerie energy into heavy metal anthems. Fashion designers have incorporated Mothman motifs into clothing lines, appealing to fans of alternative styles and subcultures. Meanwhile, video games and virtual reality experiences allow players to step directly into the shoes of explorers navigating the haunted landscapes of Point Pleasant, confronting the Mothman head-on in immersive, interactive environments. The enduring allure of the Mothman. As we conclude our journey through the shadowy realms of the Mothman, it becomes evident that this enigmatic creature is far more than a mere cryptid or urban legend. It is a living testament to humanity's eternal fascination with the unknown. From its humble origins in the mist-shrouded hills of Point Pleasant to its status as a global cultural icon, the Mothman challenges us to confront the limits of our understanding while igniting our imaginations with the possibility of the supernatural. Its legacy, steeped in mystery, prophecy, and terror, resonates deeply with our shared anxieties about mortality, morality, and the forces that lie just beyond the veil of our reality. What makes the Mothman so profoundly captivating is its ability to evoke a universal sense of awe and unease. It reminds us of our vulnerability in the face of forces beyond our control, whether those forces stem from ancient myths, extraterrestrial origins, or the depths of our own psyche. The stories surrounding this winged specter, be they tales of close encounters, apocalyptic warnings, or unexplained phenomena, tap into primal fears and curiosities that have defined humanity for centuries. They serve as mirrors reflecting our deepest anxieties, drawing us in with a mix of fascination and dread. Yet, the allure of the Mothman is not solely rooted in fear. This legend also offers a profound connection to the past, acting as a repository of history and memory. Each chilling encounter, each whispered prophecy, adds another layer to its complex narrative, preserving the voices of those who dared to look into the abyss. Learning about, or even imagining, this creature allows us to engage with the echoes of history, bridging the gap between the present and a time long forgotten. For many, this connection is as humbling as it is haunting, reminding us of the fragility of life and the enduring impact of our actions. However, the question remains, why do we seek out legends like the Mothman despite the risks and warnings? Perhaps it is the thrill of venturing into the unknown, of testing the boundaries of our courage and curiosity. Or perhaps it is the hope of glimpsing something extraordinary, an encounter with the supernatural, a brush with the divine, or simply a moment of clarity amidst chaos. Whatever the reason, the pull of this legend is undeniable, drawing us back time and again to confront the shadows it casts over our world. As we leave behind the chilling tales of glowing red eyes, silent wings, and prophetic omens, it is important to remember that the Mothman is not just a relic of the past, it is a living reminder of the stories we tell ourselves about life, death, and everything in between. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, to question what we know, and to embrace the mysteries that make our world infinitely richer and more complex. So, as you reflect on the haunting histories we've explored today, ask yourself, what draws you to the shadows where the Mothman dwells? And how far would you go to uncover the truth? Thank you for joining us on this spine-tingling adventure through the most enigmatic aspects of the Mothman legend. If you enjoyed this episode of Shadows and Whispers, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more haunting tales and chilling discoveries. Share this video with fellow thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. It's always more fun to explore the unknown together. Until next time, keep your wits about you, and remember, some doors are better left unopened. Stay curious, stay brave, and most importantly, stay safe. See you in the shadows.